when you're working towards overcoming codependency or healing from codependent traits, so much of the work actually starts with self-awareness. So being aware of yourself, your behaviors, and how your behaviors impact other people. And then it's learning how to practice some self-control techniques. But it's really hard to know how to do that without having some sort of a standard, sort of like a standard of behavior. So I don't really know what healthy relationships look like or how to be in a healthy relationship. Those are things I have to learn before I could even become more aware of how my behavior is impacting someone else and how I'm behaving, and then how to try to control myself. So if you like this, check out How to Stop Chasing Rejection. You can find it on Amazon.com. The course is also 90% off right now through Relational Trauma 101.podia.com. But looking at this sort of a standard of what is healthy and what is not healthy in relationships, there's 5 dimensions that are broken down in How to Stop Chasing Rejection. So the 5 are mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and physical. So I'll say those again. It's how we are in relationships emotionally, how they impact us mentally, how we impact someone else mentally, financially, spiritually, and physically. So if we look at those 5 dimensions and we kind of break it down, we can really start to see what is more safe and what is less safe in relationships. So not only are we going to have a better chance at having a successful relationship that's going to last, but we're also going to be less codependent in our relationships once we sort of develop a standard and we know what to look for, and then we know what not to do, but also what to do. So let's just kind of break some of that down. So if we start off, and again, starts on page 42 of How to Stop Chasing Rejection. If you look first at physical, so the one way to kind of measure if a relationship is healthy versus unhealthy, there's going to be the presence of safety or the absence of safety. So safe relationships are going to include and promote safety, and then unsafe relationships will have an absence of safety, or safety is going to actually be a threat to the relationship. So what does it mean to be physically safe? So this means that you feel you have full say over the extent to which someone physically touches your body or has access to you physically. So you get to say something like tickling, for example. I know tickling can be kind of confusing sometimes, and sometimes it's used as an excuse for unwanted touch or to show or demonstrate control through joking, even though like it's not funny, right? So when you feel powerless to make it stop with tickling, it's not safe. And it's not safe for you. So that would make a part of that relationship physically unsafe. So it's making it unhealthy versus a relationship where you're like, hey, I don't like that, or okay, that's enough, like stop, and someone stops. That's helping promote safety, which is going to make it more healthy for you. And that's one type of physical touch. There are many types of physical touch. So just think, am I in charge of the physical touch I receive, or do I feel helpless or powerless over the amount of physical touch? It could be someone touching your clothes, pulling on your clothes, actually touching your physical body, touching your hair, any part of your body. If you feel that you don't have say over that, then that's not safe, which makes the relationship less healthy for you. Another one would be spiritual. So there can be differences in spirituality in lots of ways, right? We could do a whole probably 3-hour conversation on that. But if you're not feeling safe to say how you feel spiritually, right? If you don't feel safe around that, then that's making it less safe, which makes it less healthy for you. A relationship that's more healthy for you is going to allow you to talk about the spirituality that you have to a degree, right? It doesn't mean that people can't have boundaries with what we talk about in any of these regards. Other people still get to have boundaries with us. But the fact that if you start talking about it and you're hid or you're shunned or you're ostracized or you're emotionally iced out or you're ridiculed, all of those things make it less safe for you, which makes it less healthy. Emotional. So an emotionally safe relationship, one that promotes safety, that's healthy for you. Someone is going to respect, acknowledge, recognize, and reciprocate emotion, right? That just means if you're crying, they're not going to make fun of you or put you down for crying, or call you a baby, or tell you they're going to give you something to cry about, or ask you, what's wrong with you? Why are you crying? They're going to respect that you're crying. They may not understand why you're crying, but they're still going to allow space for you to cry. That makes it safer for you, which makes it more healthy. It could also be where you're, sharing emotion, they're respecting it and they're listening to it versus just acting like you're not talking or mocking you, right? Like doing the emotion back to you, but in a mocking sort of way. Other things mentally, when there's mental safety in a relationship, that means there's clarity and there's room to clarify. It's clear. This is me, this is you, we're together, this is the direction we're going in. When you have a relationship that's not safe, that's not as healthy for you, there's going to be confusion and you're not allowed to clarify. So if you're like, wait, are we dating? Are we not dating? I thought you said, we were together, or you hinted that we were together, but you're not being clear. I need to clarify, right? But you're not allowed to clarify. So it could be on dating or finances, children. It could be in any aspect of the relationship. If it's not clear and it's confusing, that's not helping you to feel safe. It could be confusing, but someone could allow space for clarification, allow you to ask questions so that you could understand. That would be making it more safe for you. It's when it's confusing and you're not allowed to clarify. And people have lots of ways of not letting us clarify. They could snap at you, shame you, try to flip the conversation around on you and somehow make it your fault when really you're just asking a very basic, simple question, right? That makes it less safe for you mentally and makes it less healthy for you. Financially, we know that over 90% of cases that have domestic violence tend to also include some form of financial abuse. So if you're looking at financial safety in a relationship, money is a tool that's used to achieve a couple's goals. That's the purpose of finances. In a relationship that's not healthy, that's less safe, money's used as a tool to control. So if I am in charge of all the money, then I get to say how much gas you get to put on in your car, and now I'm controlling how much you get to leave me or how much you get to venture outside of our house, right? Or if I'm not allowing you to buy things for the children that they need unless you obey me, that's another way I'm using money to control you. There's lots of examples of financial control that's found in unhealthy relationships, where remember, finances in a relationship are supposed to be a tool that helps the couple to meet their shared goals. So having a vision and then being able to use that money in a way that's going to help everybody feel seen and heard and respected and loved. So again, that was physical, spiritual, emotional, financial, and mental. Those are the 5 areas that you can measure for healthy to have a standard looking at a relationship to see if this is healthy or if this is not healthy. And we're going to know that because there's either going to be that presence of safety or the absence of safety. And then we take it a step forward and we try to make sure we're being safe for other people. So we're safe for them emotionally, we're safe for them financially, we're safe for them physically, we're safe for them mentally, and we're safe for them physically or spiritually. So again, the course is 90% off on relationaltrauma101.podia.com. You can also find the book, How to Stop Chasing Rejection, on Amazon.com. It's filled with lots and lots of great tips of information on how to overcome codependent traits. Take good care, and I'll see you in the next one.